Hello gamers, I kind of been slacking on this video. I probably should have made it a long time ago. So in this game, there's a carbine and a battle rifle that are very similar. The carbine being the FAL 50.63 Para, and the battle rifle being the FAL 50. These guns are both super well known. They have the 45 conversions that give them a 50 round drum, and they have the regular ammo types, which I think is what I'm going to talk about in this video, but I guess I can maybe go into statistics on them with the conversions as well. Oh, my sensitivity was off. Okay, there we go. They both have 700 RPM and about 40 to about 20 or 30 damage. They both have a 1.4 times headshot multi and a 1.1 times torso multi. Recoil wise, I'm not really too sure. I feel like the FAL 50 is a little bit more recoil intensive, which is a little bit weird since the FAL 50 comes with a full stock, but without attachments, they seem to be about the same. Basically, these are like an AK-47 versus an AKM. So one of them does 44 to 23 and the other one does 41 to 32. What this means is this one can kill with one headshot and one limb or torso, and this one just straight up can't. I don't even think it can kill with one torso and one head, but I could be wrong, maybe it does. But this one is a 4 hit if they're all torsos and otherwise a 5 hit, whereas this one is a 3 hit with about 2 torsos and 1 limb. So this one can barely 4 hit, and this one is always a 4 hit and maybe even a 3 hit. But up close, this one might actually be a 2 hit more often. With the 5.56 conversion, these guns are both kind of weird. 5.56 on this one is just kind of worse, because this one does 35 to 23, which is just straight up better. But yeah, who cares about 5.56? Let's talk about 45. With 45, this one goes 44 to 19, but it actually loses its torso multi. Now this one goes 41 to 19, but still has a torso multi. What this means is that this one is actually more likely to 5 hit, but obviously there's the same CQC hits to kill, which is a problem. Since this one doesn't even need to torso hit to 2 tap with 1 headshot and 1 torso, or 1 headshot and 1 limb, this one is basically just better, I guess, at least up close. But yeah, up close, both of these guns can be very comparable, I guess. The damage ranges are a little bit similar. I think this one has a better max but worse min, and then it switches around where it has a better max, where it has a better min but worse max if you use 45. It's kind of weird. Overall, both these guns are more or less comparable. However, there is the drawback of this one is easier to 2-hit with, but it's really not that big of a deal, since like the 2 taps, they can happen, but they're not that often. And then with this one, I think it also has a slower reload. Yeah, definitely by a lot. And as you can see, like recoil seems worse, but I do have a full loadout on the Para, which also includes a full stock. This thing comes with a full stock, actually, as you can see by it having a full stock, but it doesn't seem to actually have that big of an effect. It's super weird since the Para is basically the same thing, but without a full stock. You'd think that the recoil would be better on this one, but it's really not. However, this thing is a very easy 3-tap at all ranges, which is just kind of insane. How come this thing can do 35.2 to the torso at all ranges? Why? But the other one does 23 and 25 to the torso? Makes no sense. They both have the all-tames, regardless of 45 or not. They both have all-tames, which is really sick. If you know my channel, you know I actually like the FAL all-tames a ton. Also, I'm going 5 and 4. I'm doing so trash. But yeah, really cool guns. Kind of similar, kind of different. If I'm going to be real with you, it really depends on what you want, because up close, the FAL 50.63 Para is just better. It has better hits to kill, it has better reloads, seems to have better recoil, but despite this one having possibly more recoil, in LRC it's better. Now you're probably like, what? Recoil? What about recoil? Well, here's the thing, it can 3-hit really easily. You know, like the 3 taps, all ranges, insanely good. It can kill with, I think, 2 torsos and 1 limb, all ranges. And yeah, same RPM. And the reloads on this thing are kind of slow. I don't know why they're slower. They don't need to be slower. It's like the same gun. Why would it be slower? You know? Also, this one appears to sound kind of weaker, I guess? I don't know. And it has a little bit more like floaty recoil, which is not too bad. Like floaty recoil is probably better than kick recoil, because kick recoil is kind of annoying. There's a lot of camera recoil involved. It makes it harder to hit shots, whereas floaty, you can kind of understand. And the ability to 2-hit a lot easier, you're going to notice it. 1 head, 1 limb, that's kind of good. You don't even see that from the AK-47. And the AK-47, it shoots slower, it does less damage. Well, I guess min damage is better, but not than the FAL 50. But as you can see, I guess because I'm using a full stock and everything, this thing is way more accurate. Without this stuff, not really. I mean, it's still accurate, it's just not quite as accurate. But yeah, overall, statistically, so this actually has a worse max, but a better min, but it's only about 10 or 20 difference. The Para actually has a worse muzzle velocity as well, but same pen and suppression and fire rate. Even with the full stock, this actually has a faster walk speed, which is funny considering this one comes with a full stock, and the reloads are about 0.3 seconds faster on the 50.63 Para. If you really want to see what's meta on these guns, it's the 45 conversion. It doesn't seem to have a massive massive effect on recoil, and also it makes your minimum damage 19, so why would you use this? It doesn't make your RPM faster or anything like that. The thing is, it gives you a 50 round drum, and you keep your max damage. I don't know why you keep your max damage. You shouldn't keep your max damage because the 5.56 you don't, and 5.56 only gives you a 30 round mag. This gives you a drum. You can see it's kind of good. It could lower your recoil, but I really don't know. But yeah, overall, it does lower velocity, pen, but not suppression, which is kind of interesting. But let me explain my overall opinion on both of these, all right? Without attachments, I feel like the FAL 50 might be better, and with a fully attached loadout, and no ammo type, I feel like the FAL 50 might still be better because it can 3-tap very easily in long range, and other than that, they're pretty statistically similar. Yes, the 2 shots are easier on this gun, but when you're gonna 5-shot versus probably a 3-shot, you can see where I'd be like, because the thing is, you have to hit 2 torsos and 1 limb to 3-shot with the 50, but you have to hit 4 torsos, only torsos, to be able to 4-shot with this gun. And even if you do, you're only getting the base number of hits to kill of the FAL 50. You can see where I'd be like, it's not that good. And with the 5.56, which I don't recommend you use at all, the FAL 50 literally just does more damage in both categories. It does 35 to 23 as opposed to 34 to 21 or something. I don't know why you wouldn't just use the 5.56 on the FAL 50, but don't even use it on the FAL 50 because it's just trash. And then when you put 45 on them, that's where I'm kind of split because they're both a 6-hit kill, but the FAL 50 has less damage in CQC but a torso multi. Oh my gosh, what are you doing on those stairs? Which means that you're probably going to be able to 5-hit easier with this gun, with the FAL 50 versus the 56.3 para. Which is, it's pretty good, you know? Oh my gosh. So an easier 5-hit, so you're probably going to say FAL 50 better overall? Well, here's the thing. You're probably not even going to use the 45 conversion on any map that isn't like Bazaar, Black Site, or anything like that. There's no point. Just use a different gun. You can use this thing in LRC and do better versus the FAL 56.3 para because this is more of a medium range gun, I would say. 20 bullets in a slow reload, not the best for CQC. You know what is good for CQC though? A 50 round drum. That's good for CQC. And when something lowers your muzzle velocity a ton, you're probably going to want to use it up close, right? So that's where the FAL 56.3 para is a lot better. Not a huge amount, but probably a decent amount better. Because when you're going for LRC, you're not going to use the 45 conversion, you know? You want those 4 hits or 3 hits. Then the FAL 50 is going to be better. But if you want to get a 2-hit easier, you want to use the FAL 56.3 para, you know what I'm saying? And so you're probably going to want to use the 45 conversion on the 56.3 para since you can still 2-hit with 1 head and 1 limb. This one, 2 heads. It's going to be a little bit harder, you know? You can hit 1 head and 1 limb pretty easily, but 2 heads in a row, it's not going to happen every day. Every single kill, it's not going to happen every single kill. So you probably want to be using something a little bit more reliable for a 2-hit. You can't rely on your aim to give you 2 headshots every time, unless you're actually good at the game, unlike me. So yeah, in conclusion, in my opinion, FAL 50 is better with no ammo. Don't use hollow points on the FAL 50. I guess you can use it on the 56.3 para because you get a 2-hit limb, but you lose a ton of stuff. I think you get a 6-shot in LRC. Oh my gosh, you get a 6-shot in LRC. You only get a 46 stud 2-hit. Well, I guess about a 50 stud 2-hit, but dude, you lose half your pen and eventually you're gonna have a freaking 6-shot. That's not that good. Also, silent exists, I guess. If you're gonna use hollow points, I guess the 56.3 para is better. If you're gonna use AP, don't use AP on either of these. I don't know what you'd be doing using AP. I guess you get 3 studs of pen, but you already had 2. It's like the P90, you don't really need it. 5.56 conversion, terrible on the 56.3 para, okay on the 50. I mean, even on the 50, it's not that good. Just use it on the 50 over this. 45 conversion, 56.3 para is better. So overall, if I was to recommend one to pre-buy, it would be the 50 over the 56.3 para. Like a lot of people like the 56.3 para, but I feel like the 50 is better. But the full stock advantage is not as good as the advantage of literally being able to 3-shot anywhere, basically. And I guess this does have a slower reload, so overall, they're very comparable. I'm still gonna say FAL 50 is better overall. But yeah, it's a good gun, it's a good conversion. However, I feel like the 50 is better. Leave your opinion in the comments though. If you want to see more videos like this, please recommend guns that you want me to review, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.